Hey guys, know thyself 1388. Know thyself means just like, know yourself. 1388 is the um reference to my birth date, 13th of March 1988. And then I found out there's all this positive stuff like it's an angel number or something. Okay, I don't know, but my one was my birthday. A sign of, now this is to encourage people, and not only just to bring awareness, but the number one rule to defeat gang stalking is this: you must have no fear. There's a difference between awareness and fear. Okay? It's good to be fully aware of your emotions and all this type of stuff. But that is 101. That is level 1 on how to defeat these guys, is to be not afraid. Do not be afraid. Level 2 is just to become aware of their tactics and stuff, and learning along the way on what measures you can take to fight back. Yes. Always hit your opponents. Like if you're defending yourself and your self-defense and all that, always hit your opponent in their weak spots. So if you got here's a sign. If you got people who, now you might not be the same people, it might be, but it might not be. It could be either or. But if you find that, like you never saw people, like you hardly ever saw people with one headlight on their car, and then all of a sudden you're seeing maybe one or two a day, and maybe you're in a area. Well, everyone's in an area, but maybe you see like one or two a day or even more, and it's in your area or within like 10 street radius of your house, and you never used to see any of them, and you've stood up to some people, or maybe you're just improving your life, could be a sign that you're being gang stalked if you see that. Because for me, it got worse and worse. I'll give you one example. For about a week straight, when I was at a certain place, I had about every night I went out, and it didn't matter where I went or which direction I went. I'd always come across at some stage about 5 cars who had one headlight on it, or might be 2 or 3 cars, but the frequency got more and more, and it didn't matter where I was going to. I always bumped into them. But the thing was, I never used to have any of that at all. And so obviously I did the obvious thing. I called the cops. I said, hey, look, I've never had this before. And then I noticed that, maybe like 1 or 2 cars are missing headlights. And I thought, oh, okay, it just must be the luck of things. But if you find that no matter where you go, when you leave your house and you go in a certain direction, and within that 10 street or 5 street radius, you find that you got a couple of cars, or you come across a couple of cars that are following you with no headlights, or just one headlight, and it never used to happen at all, and now all of a sudden it's happening every day or every second day, and it's always within that 5 to 10 street radius from your house, it's a very good sign. Because The type of people, from my experience, I searched it up. Some people would say it's law enforcement. Look, every time I rang the law enforcement, they gave me guidance that kept me safe. They gave me guidance I didn't think of. I followed it and it kept me safe. So that, for me, that's the proof that, in my instance, it wasn't them. Now, I don't know what other people are believing, but I don't believe that for those reasons. And the ones that were always trying to do that to me were, and you know, I even went to the grocery store, and there was about, 5 or 6 people, and they were saying, "Yeah, it's this guy," and they're pointing at me. I didn't even know who they were. Yeah, just stuff like that.